speaking of the Super Bowl is always full of great moments, unforgettable sports moments. And we put out a TikTok, YouTube short out to pull some of our viewers' unforgettable sports moments. And I've got some here for you, Tyler. I want to read to you. Let me pull these comments up for you. So, first one on the list was it when Mbappe scored a hat trick in the World Cup. Definitely an all moment is what this viewer reads. I personally don't watch a whole lot of soccer, so I don't really remember when he did it. I think he did it against Croatia, right?
Yep.
Because it was France first. Yeah,
hmm
yeah.
That's
So
why you don't
not
remember.
not my favorite sports moment, right? If you're in the chat, let us know your favorite sports moment of all time. Just throw it over there. We'll get to it. We got another one from YouTube. New York Giants 102-yard pick six against the Dolphins to set a franchise record. That's a good one. That's a good one. And then last one on there, Aaron Rodgers launching a Hail Mary 70 yards against the Lions to pull the comeback win. I think that was on Thanksgiving, right? If I'm remembering the correct game. I could be
I think it was
mistaken.
just a Thursday night game. I don't know if it was
Just a
Thanksgiving.
Thursday night game, not a special
It
game.
was like so. I forgot the tight end who he threw it to. Like I forgot his
Is it Jimmy
name.
Graham? He had a
No, it
stint
wasn't Jimmy
in Green
Graham.
Bay.
I forgot. I completely forgot.
Well, if somebody knows, tell us. Tyler, what do you got on the TikTok side? Comments for favorite sports moments.
Yeah, we got a bunch. Some college, some NFL. First, we'll start up. Obviously, this is an Alabama fan. 4th and 31 from this year's Iron Bowl, Jordan Hare
Can't
Stadium. He
beat it.
says, "Roll Tide, roll" to finish off this stadium. I mean, I'd say it was the player of the year this past season. Really saved Alabama's season. You know, they got to the college football playoff. If Auburn really played good defense, then we don't see Alabama in the playoffs. So, and then
It's
we
true.
see at least LSU winning the national championship. I think that we can attest to that. And then we got
Yeah.
Cam with giving first the NFL one, the onside kick and pick six by Tracy Porter as he watched himself score on the Jumbotron to seal the Saints' first ever Super Bowl. When those two play happened, it truly felt real. I think that a lot of Saints fans can attest to that.
I still
We
remember
definitely
where I
miss
was.
those days right now.
I so I didn't actually see the play happen. Right, we were at the Super Bowl party. Everybody's excited. The Saints are in the Super Bowl. Our neighbor's having a Super Bowl party, right? And I went back to my house to get something. I don't remember what I was doing. Um, and I thought I had enough time to run from house to house. So I watched the play before and I go running out of my front door. What? This was 2009, so I was 11 years old. I go running out of my front door, and I guess the TV at my neighbor's house was a little bit ahead. And as soon as I hit that driveway, it was like the place erupted. Everybody's going crazy. And I'm like, what's happening? And I bust through the front door, and people are picking me up. They're hugging me. We just won the Super Bowl. I mean, it was over at that point. And I never saw the play live. Of course, I've seen the replays. That's definitely one of my where were you moments. I was in the middle of the street running into the house to see it happen. So
Yeah, as soon as
continue,
that play
Tyler.
happened, honestly, I jetted around and I ran laps around my house. That was probably like the most excited I've ever been as a Saints fan. Obviously, we had some least favorite times. 5 years ago, Twitter, decided to. Five
Yeah,
years ago,
that's
the
yeah,
no
mine
call
was
happened to ruin our Saturday.
yeah,
But
that one was rough.
outside of that, let's get back. Cam said that time Davis Wade Stadium had 0 seats open. The pouring rain combined with the deafening sound of cowbells as Mississippi State upset #1 Auburn in 2014. Yeah, with the win, Mississippi State themselves went up to #1 that season. So yeah, I mean 2014. I mean that's the best season that we've ever seen for Mississippi State football. We'll see if they can get back to that. And then we have a familiar face, Chet. He said Tommy Tanks walking it off
I've got
against
another one.
Wake Forest. We
So
gotta put it.
the Tommy Tanks one is obviously a recency bias, right? That was, I mean, amazing. I've got another LSU one back 2007, LSU versus Florida. Jacob Hester punching it in on the goal line. I mean, Hester was a dog that game. If who got that dog in him was a segment back then, he would have won it every week. All right. Time's ticking down. I think it's a 4th and goal, right? On the 1 yard line, maybe a 3rd and goal. We had just gotten stuffed, but Les Miles said, we're going right back to Hester. He carried like 3 Florida Gators into the goal line. I was in the RV, like we were tailgating, right? So we're watching it at the RV. My dad's honking the horn. We're going crazy. Woo! I go running down the RV parking lot. I'm doing the gator chomp as I'm screaming, and I run up to a Florida RV. I go, "Y'all suck!" I mean, I'm 9 years old, and I chomp right in his face, and I take off running back to our RV. That was an awesome, just the moments like that. I mean, it makes you happy to be a sports fan. Tyler, what's your favorite sports moment?
Well, to get that same night, like the environment was already better, but
Yeah.
that same night, that was the night that Stanford upset #1 USC, and whenever they announced that, it was pretty much over. Like the team knew that, all right, this is our if we win this game, we're going into the #1 spot. So
Yep.
yeah, that Jacob Hester, I mean, if you knew Les Miles, he was not gonna like he was going for it. Like 4th and 1, 4th and 5, it doesn't matter. Like he was gonna run it up the gut. I mean
Hester
that
was just punching
yeah,
it too,
I
right
mean
in the mouth.
that's if that doesn't happen, LSU doesn't win the national championship that year. But since everybody gave like a pro one and a college one, I guess I'll do the same. For pro, I'm going to go to the 2006 season for the Saints. You know, Hurricane Katrina happened in August '05. The Saints' first home game was against none other than the Atlanta Falcons, our bitter hated rivals, and the man became a legend, Steve Gleason. They have a
Mhm.
statue outside of the dome, and I wish I was there, honestly. But even through the TV, you could just felt like what that moment meant for the city. It was like pretty much a revival. And that really kicked off the Sean Payton era. I mean, that was his first year there. The Saints ended up going to the NFC Championship, losing to Chicago. But that really
BS, by the way.
yeah,
BS.
well, I
Just
mean,
saying.
that really set up, the next couple of years for the Saints. But it was more important for the city it was all this stuff that was going on with Hurricane Katrina. It really rebuilt that. And then college, I mean, I had to go for something from the 2019 game. Like, honestly, like all the games that I went to, whenever Joe Burrow hit Jamar Chase for that touchdown for us to go up 42-25, and we're just going crazy. Swag surfing comes on, and then the whole stadium Gator chomps. Like that is the moment that I will remember forever. I mean, that was just like I've been to so many good
I
games.
got
Like
goosebumps, Tyler.
I went
Goosebumps.
like to like whenever Patrick Peterson returned that punt return against West
Yep.
Virginia, that was environment. But I don't think anything will top me, like especially a student means so much, like that LSU Florida 2019 game. You just have to be there.
Yeah. No, the in 20 so they of course they do swag surfing all the time, right? But 2019, the atmosphere in that stadium was so unmatched. The entire stadium's doing swag surfing. It was like last week at the Chiefs game. Like that's what it took me back to. Last one, real quick, for another LSU moment. Back in 2011, LSU versus Georgia SEC championship. We're down, I think 14-0,
They were down like
17-3,
10. I think we were down 10
10
nothing.
10-0 right before half. That Georgia makes a mistake to put that ball to Tyrann Mathieu, aka the Honey Badger. And this man tiptoed his way all around the Georgia Bulldog defense, taking it to the house for a punt return touchdown. Ever since that, they never looked back. I was at that game with my dad. It was amazing in the Georgia Dome because we heard so much shit from every single Georgia Bulldog fan. And he took that sucker to the house. I could take a lot of crap as an LSU fan, but I can dish it too. And I'll never forget, of course, we're up big in the fourth quarter. It was like the Red Sea had parted. Everybody's leaving. All the LSU fans got the keys out, right? We're like, start the bus, start the bus. So that was another one. We got Neil over here, Pro Music City Miracle. I'm not sure which game he's referring to there. You know what he's talking about, Tyler?
I know that the plays right. I just don't remember the Titans who they faced.
I gotcha. And then, of course, in college, the Peach Bowl game, dominating against Oklahoma and punching out our way to the Natty. There's plenty of them. So, if you're watching, drop your favorite sports moments in the comments.